Captain Eddie Castle and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk a little wood turning. Got some pictures to show you, some other things. You know what you need to do though? Of course you know what you need to do. You need to watch. I have a checklist. Your name's on here, so I'm checking it. Okay? Alright, gotcha. Hey, I gotta remind you that if you're not already, somewhere on that screen that you're watching this, down below it, they got a thing that says subscribe. Press that, and then press the little bell next to it. Press that too. You don't put a credit card or anything, but you subscribe to my channel, and that way, whenever I produce a video, you get the video. And if I give you a link to one that seems like it's an older video, click on the subscribe to that too, because there's 2 channels of us out there. Yes, or like NABC and CBRS, all those, you know, they're all together. So, but if you would subscribe to it, please. I'm getting things together because I'm heading to SWAT in a couple of weeks. I want to show you some pictures of work that came from some of the finest wood turners in this world. Oh, it's not from SWAT, it's from you. Yeah, you guys, you gals, you wood turners, you do it. You send in some really beautiful work, and I like to share it with you. I'm going to do that in a few minutes, but I mentioned SWAT. I want to finish up on that because of brain thing. SWAT is the Southwest Association of Turners. It's got nothing to do with the guns in New York and all that stuff. No, it's Southwest Association of SWAT. If you want information on SWAT, you got to go to the website. It's right either here or here. It says SWATturners.org. Watch how it's spelled, SWATturners.org, and you'll find the details on it. It's a fantastic symposium. I mean, it's fantastic. I've been talking back and forth with Ruth Niles. Ruth makes the stainless steel bottle stock, the stainless steel bottle stock. There's only one true production of that. That's Ruth. Copies, but Ruth is the producer. I'm going to be around, but Ruth's both most of the time doing SWAT. Why? Because she says people bugged her too much at the last show. Where was I at? So if I'm right here, she can go, there he is, and point at me. So I'll be around, and look, right over there, but there is Vince Welch, and over there is Thompson, and over there is, what's her name? The little lady, Cindy Drozda. Yeah, hey Cindy. Yeah, she's over there. So we're all right there in the hub at the show, at SWAT. The last full weekend of August 2019 in Waco, Texas. Alright, back to what my business was, because I got it, look, I'm right here. I'm scratching it out, so it's done. I'm producing, oh, can I back up and do this again? Alright. Some problems have kept me out of the shop. Don't get alarmed. Don't get alarmed. Don't get nervous. We can keep me on your prayer list, but some things have happened to my life, and I'm having a problem adjusting to being back in the shop. And if you think that's got to be hard, some days it is, guys, gals. It really is. Some days you want to do it and you can't, and then other days you really, really want to do it, but this says you can't. So I've not spent a lot of time in the shop the last couple of weeks. It's been hot, it's been rainy. I just cut the lawn a few minutes ago. I needed a boat, a pontoon boat to cut that lawn, because it's rained here so much. Well, rain every time and all the stats. But I've been trying to keep busy. I go visit with my wood turning buddies. Wood turners buddies come here and visit me. There's some problems in the club down here in New Orleans right now, so everybody's wanting to come by and talk about it. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to fix it. I'm okay with that. Why am I not? Because it's a club, and the club needs to fix the club, because the club is the way this whole thing grows. Don't go negative on me, but think about it. If I can get you and 25 guys with like feelings about a certain topic in one room together at one time, I'm going to come away with 25 different ideas. I want to see 25 different systems, finishing methods. I want to see 25 real screw-ups. I know the time, I crossed the line one time. A guy handed me a bowl, said, what do you think about this? And I said, Be nice when you sand it out. He was done. Didn't see him again. I never said that again to anybody else, because right then and there I knew when all the color drained out of his face and his heart seemed to leave his chest that I'd stabbed him. But so I'm not there for that, and I do not like critiques at clubs where they put the things in a gallery and some Joe Blow idiot picks up and says, "This is nice, but if you had done..." No, you did this. This is your art. This is what we're here for. If you want to improve on it, ask us. We'll help you. But I'm not going to tell you it looks bad. That's beautiful work you did. I have to believe that. It's what I would want somebody to tell me when I do this. It's what I want to tell my kids and my grandkids when they do this. I can't base what you do and I do on what in a gallery, or what you do and I do at somebody else put on display someplace. I can only base what you've done on what's in your heart. So if you went out in the shop and gave it all you can, and that's the best you can do, I'm proud of you. And I'm not going to tell you anything different. I'm proud of you. Guy came out here today. He had a beautiful box elder bowl. And he said, "What about filling all these little pits and cracks and all?" And I said, "What if we don't? What if we take a cleaner from, they look like tooth cleaning tools, from Lowe's, and I go in and clean out all these things and blow them out with an air chuck and get all this stuff, and then I allow those defects to be in my piece, because you can't buy this at the store. That's not allowed. It's not permitted. Would you buy it? A bowl with a hole in it? Tell me, honey, you got the bottom out. Huh? All right, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But he went away with another idea on finishing the piece. You don't have to add epoxy, color, fillers, dyes, ink stains, this. Let God do what he did to the work. Wood, you just enhance it. That's all. So, but where did I get off at? I was talking about I can't be in a shop and I'm doing this and that. I'm doing a newsletter. Yes, if you'd like to be subscribed to my newsletter, send me an email. Email to my address, capanettykesselin@gmail.com. That address. Don't message me, don't text me, I got a list of them here that you can't do. But I'm not going to run over those. The one you can do, email me, and I'll send you that. It's a newsletter. I get on a rant or rave about something because of phone calls from woodturners. Guys call me, "Hey Eddie, what about this finish and that finish and the other finish, and should I use this $20 bottle of super glue, or can I use the $4 bottle of super glue?" Well, I'm not going to tell you which brand to use because they don't sponsor me. None of them do. I'll tell you one I use and how it works and what it does for me. And I'll tell you what I've experienced in the past and what I hope to experience in the future. That's what I can tell you. So I'm doing a newsletter. Pardon me, I got the hiccups. I'm doing a newsletter, and this newsletter is geared towards solving or helping you with those problems. I'm not going to fix anything, and I tried a piece of Middle East and it didn't work, so we're giving that up. But I am here, and you can call me every day. Here's the number: 504-715-0512. You can call me anytime you want. You can order stuff. Don't feel obligated. You don't have to. You can call me up and talk to me. That nice lady from New Jersey keeps calling me about problems she had with the chuck and all that. We fixed all that. We did that. And that's coming up on a future newsletter because you need to know about that in case some genius at wood something store tells you can't do that. But he's got the shirt and everything and a pin and everything. And you think, "Oh, he's all right." No, he's not. He's working in a retail outlet. Nothing wrong with that, but okay. All right, so we're going to do the newsletter, and we'll keep popping in some videos. And the other day I went on Facebook. I like Facebook. I really do. I get to talk to you folks. I have a channel on Facebook. I got a couple of pages on Facebook. I talk to my old ammo buddies on Facebook. The other day I saw a picture in my video diary. Now, when I had a brain tumor coming up on 5 years ago, I circled the drain 3 times, and they really didn't think I'd stay on top. I was supposed to go away. So my loving family took care of me. And I got to tell you, I'm only here because of them. I'm only here. I mean, that nice redhead lady I'm married to got up on my chest and beat on my chest and told me, blink, you bastard, blink. And I think she called me other names too. But that was the thing. It was if I didn't blink, they weren't going to move me to a center where I'd get better. I was just going to be vegetation, sit on a vine. So they saved me. And a lot of things had to go away when they saved me. I lost a lot of tools. I lost a lot of stuff. They picked up, we had this thing come in. What is this? What is that? I'm still finding parts that I don't know what they went to. But I'm going to put those in the videos. But I was looking at some pictures because I gave away my computer at the time because I wasn't supposed to go back to being computer literate. Barely there now. But I gave away my computer to my granddaughter, and all the pictures I had for 10 years before were on that computer. And I thought I took them off. Computer literate? Yeah, you're right. But I didn't. But what I did is it sparked an interest. A little interest. A little piece. And I had a picture. I put it on Facebook the other day. This is a piece of work. And you can see that that's... Alright, and then let's go to the flip side. That's the flip side. When you look through it, and I can see you on the other side over there, when you look through it, it's got a really weird... It's like you're back in the 60s doing them cigarettes again. I didn't do that. Maybe you did. But I saw this, then I came home and I played with another one. That's another ring. Now you can see a little bit of the stuff in the back of that one, and then this way, maybe again. I gotta get the lighting right to make it go. But I saw this, and I had a picture of it from an old website, and I gotta back this up. This is gonna scare the piss out of you. But I saw this and I said, I know I watched a man make this. And then I came home and built my tool. It's right there. I found the tool the other day. Right there. I came in, took that tool, and did the same thing. And I did it on all kinds of little knickknacks. Bottle stoppers, pendants, all kinds of things. Because it was a really neat thing. Then I went to YouTube and I said, hey, who is this guy? Lo and behold, all of you people answered. His name was Hans Weislog. Hans Weislog. I'm close, okay? It's Hans, W-E-I-S-S-F-L-O-G, Weislog. Yeah, that's how it is. Right? He's an excellent turner. Artistic as all get out. He's a comic book guy, too. He's a real character. But he did this at an AAW symposium and didn't have the right audience because they were asking, pardon the term, goofy-ass questions. You know, why don't you do that with this and this and this? All right, he's the artist. Why don't you do this? I want to know why he does this. That's what I want to go to. Why does he do? So I looked at his tools and I discovered some are made out of Allen wrenches. The other day, sitting with my buddy Ronnie, he said he wants to make a captive ring tool, and he bent something out of hardened wire to make a captive ring tool. So I went to YouTube, not YouTube, Facebook, put it up there, and I had all kinds of people, including Clay from Texas, who recently got deported to Utah. I don't know what you did to the school system in Texas. They ran out of the country. But Clay was out there, and he's one of the wood turners, and Clay sent back, look, I made my own tool using these parts from Cobalt. When I said Cobalt, I've been there, been to Cobalt, Lowe's. So I'm using these parts and I can do this, and this is how we modified them and all. So, hey, when I got a buck or two together, I'm going to go to Lowe's and get that kit, come back and play with it, and try to do a couple of captive rings. They're a fun little addition to goblets and other ornamentation things. They are fragile, and you got to use the right wood, or you get your heart broke a lot. But it's a fun thing to do. But what I'm telling you is, this community we have, we all get together and share ideas. That's what a club does. It gets together and shares ideas. I don't want to tell you how to turn. I don't want to tell you anything about your turning. I want you to show me what you can do so I can do it. I want you to do it safely because Ken over here, Ken, is it Ken? Yeah. Ken says he's just beginning. So if he watches you get up to that bowl without a mask or shield or safety glasses, or wearing garden gloves, he's going to do it too, right? Right, okay. So we don't want him to do that because he'll get hurt. Because he's not as stupid as the other guy. So when you show it safely. Be careful about it. Express all the good parts. Leave the bad parts at home. We don't need any crying at our parties. Okay, I'm going to get to the pictures right now because you're waiting for them, and I almost forgot I had them. But I got pictures to do. I got a bell someplace, or a whistle, or a thing. I'm looking for a tool like that hanging up here too. I'll find that. But in the meantime, look at these pictures. Bing! We're going to start with a piece I got from Tim Rader. This is nice. Bowl, a little bit of damage to it. He took some epoxy and some coloring and some grain, put it in there, filled out really nice. Then Jeff Bunges come up with this. Jeff's got a couple here. This is a nice natural edge. Really works. Next time, Jeff, let's change the background so we can see it better. But here's the piece on the machine from Jeff. And I tell you, that's going to be an interesting turn. Just think about it. You're only turning wood half the time. Here's one by Tony Bruno. Tony did this one for us, and I think this is an aw damn movement. You see the crack right there? Yeah, it gave up. Dan Valcon did this. That watercolor mix is beautiful. You see, I couldn't do it because I couldn't get the white to the white to the white to the red. Okay, and that's beautiful. Let's go. Ron Kay's made some tools. And he got the tools, the bars, and the cutters from me. Made the handles, put them all together. Came out really nice. I mean, I gotta like this. Then we got Robert Clark. Robert Clark's been really busy. I got a couple of things from him. I think he's out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And here's another set of 3 bowls he did. And they've got a good shape. He's really selective on color. And he's doing a fairly good job on finishing. Here's another one. And you see where the voids are? The voids are accented. They're part of the bowl. They make it stand out. It's really nice. Wade Chaskowski. No, Wade, I hope I said the name right. He didn't turn the water bottle. He turned the goblet. The water bottle's there to let you know it's a really nice looking goblet. And then Pat Hogarth did this one. This has got like 4,537 pieces in it. At least that's my count, but not as many. But Pat did a really good segment job on it. Don Dury is here. He's got this. Here's another wonderful segmented piece. And look at the accent dots on it. Really nicely done. Marco Farrell sent me a couple of bowls. The only picture I could get to print was this one, Marco. But hey, that thing has got color and character to it. Like, oh, get out. Man. And heard from Charles Humbrook. Charles said, where do I buy this cutter? Because I want to make this kind of tool. And I told him. And if you need to know, just give me an email or whatever, and I'll help you out with that one too. James Brandt was building a tool. This is James's version of the self-powered sander I'll talk about in a little while. James got out in the shop and got busy, but James is also turning wood. Here's a little, I think it's a bowl that he did. I like it. It's got a live accent to it. James did my Make and Shave and Steven stickers for me. And then Mitchell Maine did this, and 4 pictures in one. Take a hard look at them, folks. They're really, really nice. Gary Bolstead called me to ask me if I got this because he really wanted to be in the show today. This is a nice selection of ornaments, all done on a medium-sized machine. James False did a toothpick holder. This is from Rusty, way up in the North Country. This is an egg he carved. Rusty does some beautiful work, and I love talking to him. Here's a bowl he did. I think I got 3 or 4 more from Rusty in here today. But good color, good texture, really great finish in that one. And then Rusty, when we jump over to this, Rusty, I don't think you really finished this piece, or you're just bragging that you're turning mini shavings. I hadn't decided yet. Let's go back to a spindle he did. Rusty's piece came out nice. I like the little accent knob, top and bottom. Really good finish on it again. And I got one more by Rusty. There it is. It's hard to interpret in this picture, but it's maybe an 8 or 10 inch wide bowl with a nice dish in it. Then I go to Gordy. Gordy, I don't know what your last name is. It wasn't on the video or the picture, but it's a beautiful piece. I love the texture and the coloring. And again, great finish. Talking about great finish, I got my buddy Ronnie here. Ronnie is doing this. He turns these bowls and he's putting this Parafix on them for a finish. And I got to look at them the other day. They're gorgeous. Gary Scaldoni is in here. He's got another piece. This would be nice if you were doing the Beads of Courage type bowl
down at SWAT in Waco, Texas. Gerald Moore's got one in. Nice artwork. I like the I want to say a medallion in the center, but the work in the center is really pretty. Hard for me to see, but he did nice work. James Floss is back again. This is his version of the sander. He stepped up to the plate, boy. That thing is nice. They can adjust so it can go straight in or at an angle. Then James Durham came in. Now you put the segments with the texture of the wood, and your eyes will cross. Whew, that's beautiful stuff. Kevin Cooper's up. Kevin's got this bowl. Now, Kevin, I can tell you one thing. You got the finish down, buddy. That thing has got a gloss. Really nice finish. It's a beautiful piece. I like the way all the angles come together. And then I got this from John Steenson. John did a wine bottle stopper, but notice he didn't turn what you see on your right, the square. Left it square. What roll off the table. And then Daniel Wright said, you turn a bottle stopper, a cork. I turn 2 cork holders. Well, look at them. We go to Glenn Crandall. Glenn Crandall has done a really nice bowl here. Those segments are hard to line up and get done, but I tell you, it's beautiful work. And then James Branson here. James Brandt, that's him. Again, with another piece. Beautiful work. Boy, y'all really turning out some beautiful work.
Oh, I didn't hit a bell. All right. I'm still looking for a tool. A guy came by here today and asked me about a burnisher to sharpen scrapers. Well, you don't sharpen scrapers. You put a burr on a scraper. One day we will talk about negative rake and scrapers. We will talk about that. It's been done for thousands of years, I believe, and it's the way to go. And you don't have to buy a special tool. That's the beauty. But I have that gizmo here, and it's hanging on a piece of wire, and I slipped it over the top of something, and I'll find it, and then I'll call him back and say, hey, or I'll bring it to the club meeting and show him. Because that's what you do. You bring it to a club meeting and show the guy. You share with the others. It's not, look what I can do. It's, look what we can do. All right? But I'll find that tool. You know, I'm sitting here talking to you, and I know I'm going to look up, and there's that thing will be hanging on a piece of wire. Somewhere in this monstrous thing, it'll be hanging on a piece of wire. Yep. Oh, well, let's get back to this. Do you know I'm still collecting pens for Freedom Pens? Freedom Pens. Yes. We got a little twist on the deal. All right, I have a challenge ongoing at this time on my YouTube channel. All right, this channel. All right. You turn an ink pen, I don't care how many you do. You do a case of them. I'd love you if you did. You can do these pens. You send me 1 pen, 10 pens, 50 pens, whatever you want. But be by the rules and get it to me by the day you have to, which is mailed before midnight Labor Day this year, 2019. And then we might start another one after that. Let's see how this goes. But if you need details, you got to go right up. It's up in one of these corners, this little thing that says, there it is, Pen Challenge. You go to that video and see what the rules are for the pen challenge. But we're collecting those pens, and I got a guy, he's an active Army. He's going to make sure to get in our troops' hands. They're not going to go to, they're going to go to our troops and be put in their hands. That's it. So we got that. The other day I was watching YouTube, and I saw Mike Wald. Mike Wald is, I think he's across the pond. That's what we call the Atlantic Ocean, just a pond. Mike Wald was doing something, and he was cutting on a piece and he was scraping it. And I tell you what, that looked like a negative rake scraper, Mike. I said, I got to look at this a little bit closer. But they got a whole lot of noise going on in this world right now about what you have to do with scrapers and that negative rake and all that stuff. But I don't think that's what you had, Mike. I think you had a good old-fashioned tool steel scraper with a little bit of burnish. I got the tool for it, if I can find it. A little bit of a, thought I saw it. A little bit of a burnish on it, and you do these delicate little cuts. But guess what? That little burnish lasts about that long. It doesn't stay out there. Don't even approach me with it. Can be carbide, can be this steel, that steel, nothing. It can be high-speed steel, and you can still get that cut. But that's where the burnisher, and I wish I had it, show you this. It's a simple little tool. But you can just have it right next to your tool, make a pass, make a pass, make a pass. You're making passes of minuscule. I really got to get out and show you this. It's so hard for me to explain it to you, but we're going to get there and show it to you. And another thing, we get a lot of impact. You know, I only work for my boss, Cindy Management runs Big Guy Productions. When I got sick, they took it over and bailed me out. Had no choice. They run the place. And the other day she said, "Are we been talking about these self-powered sanders again? Self-powered sander? What is that?" Well, it's a round sander. I get mine from Vince's Wood Wonders. And it's got a backing pad and a shaft on it. And see how hard it was to come out of there? You know why? Because down at the bottom of that is a rare earth magnet and a sleeve. You've seen these. You might see me use them and talk about them and all that. Guess what? If you press the off button, it goes off. So let's press the zoom in button. This, oh, look at that. That is it. That is the hand-powered sander. This works with the inertia generated by the material moving on your lathe. No power here, no extension cord. You see that end's got an arm on it too? Why? Because I can turn it around and put it on that end and get in the bottom of the bowl or go around the outside of the bowl and all that. This is a relief to some people because, oh, I got to zoom out, don't I? Because you can actually sand the piece without power and get a pretty good sand. You're getting a sand that's like this. You follow that? Instead of like this. It's like this. Wax on, wax off. All right. Here's the deal. If you move more material with less paper and have less effort and generate less heat, you will get a better finish. So if you build yourself a self-powered sander, the instructions are on my website, and you got the bearing and the bushing from us, and you get the parts from pretty much anybody, but I get mine from Vince. Put on it, you will be amazed at how nice this works. What I mentioned this to you is, it is coming upon fall. We are less than 6 months away from Christmas. Less than a year away from Easter. And 4th of July is right around the corner. Through all those numbers, that none of it makes sense. No, if you're looking to do something for your wood turning buddy, make him a self-powered sander. You get the bearings from us, the pads from Vince, get the wood from your shop, make it. He's got a tool you made for him to do sanding. I want to do more of that. You make things for other guys and gals who turn and enjoy it. And that's what this is all about. Sharing information, knowledge, camaraderie, all that, you know. But that's what we're going to work on. And that's what I'm a little upset about my local club. I think they forgot what this is about. What is this about? Who are you and who am I? What are we doing? We're sitting around talking about wood turning. I'm sharing my ideas with you and you're sharing your ideas with me. And I'm sure in the hell not going to tell you that's ugly. Why? Because you're bigger than me and you got a stick or a bowl or a spindle or whatever. So I'm not going to tell you it's ugly. Because it's not right. What I should do is respect your workmanship. And if I can offer an improvement, offer the improvement. But not as a correction. Just say, oh, you know what? I wonder what happened if we took that ice and dug those out and blew them out. How would that look? You know, instead of saying, hey, you screwed up, you should have dug those out and got that out of it because it's going to be a different color. You know, it's going to look like crap. You know, I don't care if your wife says it doesn't hold water. It's not a bowl, it's a piece of art. You know, we got to get into real life. Go to real life. That's what I want to do. So, in fact, real life, oh, wow, still got it. I'm glad you joined us for PMS today. Oh, earlier that was PMS. Photo manipulation session. Photo manipulation session. Yeah, PMS. I always dreaded it when I was younger, but hey, now that I understand what it's all about, I can appreciate it. I'm Captain Eddie Castellan. I'm going back in the shop. Air conditioning working here right now, but it works better in there. You take care and be good, because I'm out making shavings. Oh, by the way, thanks for listening.